So just like the title of this video said, these are 5 things that every great sales rep has in common, or 5 things that every great sales rep does. Just for proof and for context of this, I'm 23 years old. I've been in real estate since I was 20 years old. I've been in sales since I was 17 years old. I've got 5, almost 6 years of sales experience. I've closed over $40 million in real estate in the past 2 years alone. I don't know how many things I've sold in my life, but I've made a good amount of money in sales, and I pretty much have seen and talked to every single level of sales. And I've been at the bottom, I've been in the middle, I've been at the top, and I've been at the tippy top. And I'm reaching levels that, you know, people I've talked to that are quote unquote top producers make millions and millions of dollars a year in sales. And I, at this point, know exactly what a great sales rep looks like and what separates them from an average sales rep. So in this video, I'm gonna be going over the 5 things that mainly separate great sales reps from average ones. Because the thing is, between the two, it doesn't always have to do with skill. I'll be honest. It has to do with the process and a lot of mental things. So just because you're watching this and you're at 8K a month, 10K a month, and you wanna get to 40, 50, you wanna get to a certain amount of volume in real estate, whatever it is, just because where you are now doesn't mean you don't have the skills and you're not capable. It just means you maybe aren't doing the things the right way, the process the right way, and you have a little bit of a mental blockage, some limiting beliefs that won't let you be as authoritative, let you take as strong as a position, and things like that. So you can bridge yourself to get to wherever you want. Just depends on how much information you consume and how you implement that information into your business, just like this video. So number 1, the main thing, I have it written: calm, confident, and knowledgeable. The best salespeople are calm, meaning they're not emotionally attached to the deal. They're very I don't want to say robotic, because you don't want to be robotic, but they're just very easygoing. They're acting like this process isn't a big deal, right? This is normal. This is what I do. Just very calm, comfortable, secure in my own skin. They're confident though, not arrogant, not applying pressure. They don't know everything, but they're confident if they're good at what they do. So they're like, hey, it's the mindset of like, I'm confident in what I do because I know what to do. This is how I can help you. This is where I can't help you as much, but I'm confident and I will get you XYZ result to your most desired outcome based on this, this, and this. They're calm, they're confident, and the last thing, they're knowledgeable, right? So the best sales reps know every scenario, mainly because they've done it a few times and they have so much experience. But if it's a product, they know everything about the product. There's not a question that the prospect's gonna ask that they don't know. They don't know the answer to, right? So if you were a car salesman, the best car salesman would know every single piece of information about every single car on that lot. That way, when a customer comes in and asks the most outrageous question and the car salesman answers it in detail, the buyer's like, damn, he knows his shit, because he's knowledgeable. The best salespeople are calm, confident, and knowledgeable. That's number 1. Number 2, they follow up thoroughly. I had to learn this through a lot of trial and error in my real estate business, and I wasn't always the best at following up. But nowadays I have, you know, like a spreadsheet where I keep almost every single lead, whether it's serious or not, in my CRM, and I will follow up with them every other day. So every 2 days, if it's been a long time with no answer, weekly, but I will follow up like a madman. And the point of that is you always want to be in the buyer's mind. In real estate, just like any other sales industry, if they didn't buy today, that doesn't mean they're never gonna buy. They're eventually gonna buy with what you're selling. If they came to you and inquired about it once, they like it, they want it, they're gonna buy it. The more you follow up, the better chance you get at them coming to you when it is that time to buy it. Most sales reps that are average will only deal with the hot leads, the warm leads, the leads that are right here, right now, I'm gonna make money right now. That's okay, but you'll never reach that level if you don't follow up relentlessly. There's a Ryan Serhant video, you know, billionaire broker in New York City, and he talks about he followed up with this guy at a coffee shop for 14 years, and the guy never bought, but he followed up with him monthly, 14 years, every single month. And then eventually the guy hits him up, was like, bro, you followed up with me for 14 years, I got divorced, I'm looking to buy a penthouse in New York City. He sold him a $100 million penthouse, strictly just because of follow-ups. That's a lot of money in commission. It's millions of dollars in commission that he just made strictly through following up relentlessly. The best sales reps don't take only the hot leads, they take every lead and they follow up with those people until they die. Number 3, they chase the experience, not the paycheck. When I say experience, I mean the reps. This is also something that I've learned to love now, I mean, I didn't before. When I didn't have as much money, I was always chasing the check. And then in return of that, or as a result of that, I was always emotionally attached to the deal. I needed the money. And when you do that, the buyer can feel that. And then they start to be like, whoa, 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 why are you so attached? Why are you forcing the deal? Why are you forcing this? Why do you need the money so bad? Do you not sell a lot of this stuff? Do people not buy a lot of this stuff? These are the questions you guys don't think of that the buyers are actually thinking in their brain. Like if you're average, people are thinking that when you start being all over them, basically. So you have to be very, not about the money. Even when you don't have the money, you need to chase the reps. The more reps you have, whether it sells or it doesn't, the more experience of each scenario you have. And the more experience, tying back to the first one, you have more knowledge. The more scenarios you've ran through, the more times you've seen things happen, you'll just be more knowledgeable for the next one. And as a result, the more people you run through, the quote like, oh, you have to go through 99 no's to get to a yes, or every no you hear is closer to a yes. Sure, to an extent, but the main part that quote is trying to get across is the more reps you take, the more you learn. Therefore, if you learn it and didn't just breeze through it subconsciously, if you learn what went wrong, you implement it on the next one and you do good on that one. You need to learn to chase the reps so that you can get more experience, more knowledge, see every scenario, so that eventually you've seen every scenario, which means when every scenario comes up, you know exactly what to do to get the deal across the table and get it done. So you can't be emotionally attached. Don't chase the paycheck. Don't chase the deal. I think about like real estate. I've sold so many houses where an agent was like, or an agent and their client were like, yeah, just the last listing we went to, the agent was all over us about like basically moving forward. And you could tell they just wanted to make the money. And it was just like, we didn't feel comfortable and stuff like that. But you seems like you don't even care about the money. You're just like here to do your thing. And I'm like, yeah, like in my head, like obviously I care about making money, but it's like that. I'm like, yeah, this is just what I do. This is how I feel. Like I know the money's inevitable. Like I'm going to make money, like sure, but I'm more worried about getting the rep and getting the scenario and getting better at my craft, basically. Don't chase the money, chase the reps. Number 4, they assume the close through their sales process. Now, this is a little detail that you need to understand very deeply. If you follow my YouTube, you should see my sales process that works. But if you follow your sales process to a T and somebody gets to the end of it, you've qualified them, you've discovered their issue, you've discovered their most desired outcome, you've overcame their objections, you've basically shown them that you can get them their most desired outcome. So yeah, if I go through my whole sales process and you're still here, still talking to me, then yeah, I'm gonna assume you're buying. It's that simple. I think about a launch I did with a big billionaire real estate guy, and his name is Myers Barnes, and he takes us through like all this 35-day launch and all these things, but one of the things he makes us read is he's like, look, when you're talking to a client, if you do step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 10, and they're still there at step 9, they're ready to buy. That means they were interested, they were qualified, they told you their most desired outcome, you solved that for them, so your product fits that most desired outcome, they're qualified again, they're confident in it, they're ready to go. You assume it. But it comes with having the sales process down to a T. You can't just assume the sale if you didn't solve everything up front. But if you have the right sales process and you follow it to a T and it works, proven time and time again, yeah, you assume the sale. It all comes, all of these tie together. So it's like, hey, I went through the whole process. I did everything the right way. I'm confident about it. I'm calm about it. I'm not emotionally attached. I'm just showing you this is what I do. You told me these things. I overcame those things. I delivered you this outcome that you told me about. Yeah, are we ready to move forward today or not? And they're like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we're still here, right? Like the people will always give you some objection after that, but you're going to assume the sale. And then when they give you that bullshit objection, you're going to be like, well, look, I just took you through the whole thing. If you didn't want it, you should have walked away 20 minutes ago. Am I wrong? And they're like, yeah, well, you're right. Like that's where you have them by the balls. So that's why the best salespeople assume the sale, but only if they follow their sales process to a T. Step 5, you maintain the frame or remain the authoritative figure. So a lot of high ticket guys and guys that take Zoom calls and sell high ticket online, they talk about maintaining the frame. And what they're just saying is they're holding authority within the conversation, meaning they're controlling the narrative of where the conversation is going. They're not letting the prospect over ask questions and letting the prospect interrogate them. They're not letting the prospect ramble about something that's irrelevant to the goal. They're not just basically it being a whole free-for-all of information. No, they're maintaining the frame of this is how this is gonna go. This is how it normally goes. This is the steps we're gonna do. This is what's gonna be the end result. Are you ready, basically? Same thing goes with any other sales industry. You are the expert. I think that took me a while to learn, and I think a lot of people struggle with it. Even 40-year-old, 50-year-old people, they struggle that you're the expert. If I go to Best Buy and I'm gonna buy a TV from Best Buy, and the guy working there that's like the technical guy, that's the TV guy, dude, he knows everything about those TVs and I don't know shit. Why would he not basically be authoritative and be like, no, you're wrong about that. This is actually this. Like, he has all the right in the world to do that, but some people aren't confident enough and don't feel secure enough. Maybe it's because they're not as knowledgeable that they can do that. The best salespeople do that. Great sales reps are authoritative because, again, ties into everything else. They're knowledgeable, they're calm, they're collected, they have the experience, they've done the scenarios, they know what they're doing basically. So you have that authority to do this and to do this. So a lot of average sales reps won't give their opinion. Like, I see this in real estate. They'll show their clients 1 million houses and they're just like, yeah. Like, oh, you didn't like it? Let's go find another one. No, like, you're the expert. If they said they liked something and this fits their scenario, we're doing it. And they're gonna be like, whoa. And you're gonna be like, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. This is why you came to me, right? Because you're not a real estate expert, I am. So I say we do this, this, and this. There's all these things tied together, but being authoritative is one of the main things that people actually gravitate towards. People actually like being told what to do, whether you believe that or not. People in the sales world like being told what to do if you do it the right way. You don't want to be arrogant and be rude, but you need to come across with the message of, I know more than you about this thing, therefore my opinion weighs heavier than yours, therefore what I say is most likely right, and you have to respect that. And most of the time, people do respect that, and they want to work with you because they trust you, because they know you're knowledgeable, you have so much authority, you're confident in it, you must have their best interest in mind. So those are the 5 things that great sales reps do that average sales reps don't. Average sales reps will always be average until they implement things that great sales reps do. And again, none of that really has to do with skill. I didn't talk about scripts. I didn't talk about verbiage. I didn't talk about anything that had to do with like being savvy or being different. No, I mean, these are mental things and characteristical things that you can do right now. People are attracted to somebody who has confidence and conviction in what they're selling. People are attracted to somebody who's knowledgeable. People are attracted to someone who has a process and is structured. The more structured you are, the more calm you are, the more confident you are, your buyer will feel the same way. And when people feel like that, they lean in towards you, towards your product or service, and they buy from you. I hope this video was helpful. I'll catch you guys in the next one.